Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I've got 3 very scary true stories sent in by viewers just like you. These are real experiences that will make you question what's really out there. So turn off the lights, and let's begin. The first story comes from someone who experienced something terrifying inside a hospital room late at night. In 2021, a travel nurse named Daniel Harper took a 13-week contract at a mid-sized hospital in rural Ohio. He had worked in older hospitals before. Long hallways, outdated wings, nothing unusual. This one felt the same. At first, Daniel worked night shift, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. The hospital had 3 floors, but the 3rd floor was partially closed for renovations. Only a few rooms were still in use. On his 2nd week, Daniel noticed something strange. The room numbers went from 309, 310, 311, then skipped straight to 313, number 312. He didn't think much of it. Until later that night. While checking charts, he saw a patient file. Room 312. Name, Margaret L. No doctor. No notes. Just vitals, being updated every hour. He asked the charge nurse. She closed the screen immediately. System glitch, she said. But something felt off. Around 2:30 a.m., during rounds, Daniel heard it. A faint beeping. Like a heart monitor. He followed the sound down the hallway. 309. 310. 311. Then a wall. No door. But the sound was louder now. Right in front of him. He touched the wall. It was cold. Much colder than anything around it. The beeping stopped. Then he heard it. Help me. Daniel stepped back. The hallway lights flickered. And for just a second, he saw it. A door outline. Faded. Like it had been painted over. With the number 312. The next night, he asked an older nurse named Mike. Mike didn't laugh. He just said, "You heard it, didn't you? Room 312 had been shut down in 2008. A patient died during the night shift. Her monitor alarm went off. For almost 40 minutes. No one responded. They blamed a system failure. But staff said they heard the monitor. They just couldn't find where it was coming from." 3 nights later. At exactly 2:32 a.m. Every monitor at the nurse station flatlined. All at once. For 3 seconds. Then everything came back. All patients were fine. No explanation. But when Daniel checked the system logs, there was a new entry. Room 312. Name, Margaret L. Status, deceased. Time of death, 2:32 a.m. The same time, she died, all over again. This next story was sent in by someone who brought home an old mirror from an antique shop. After a few nights, strange things started happening around it. Shouldn't have bought that antique mirror. But it was the price that drew me in. If I had known what it would cost me, I never would have brought it home. Ethan was on a trip to the flea market when he found it. An old mirror. A beautiful antique piece with a golden, intricate frame. The glass was slightly cloudy, but it had a charm to it. Something nostalgic. The vendor said it was from the early 1900s. Ethan didn't really believe him, but he didn't care. The price was too good to pass up. And he thought it would look perfect in his new apartment. He didn't think anything was wrong with it. Until the first time he looked into it. It was a Friday night. Ethan had just finished unpacking a few boxes, and he set the mirror on the wall. The reflection didn't look quite right, though. It felt off. The way the shadows danced on the glass. The way the light seemed to shift when he wasn't moving. But he brushed it off. He was tired, and it was just an old mirror, right? That night, he went to bed early. But around 3 a.m., he woke up for no reason. He couldn't go back to sleep. So he lay there, staring at the ceiling. Then his eyes shifted. He looked toward the mirror across the room. Ethan blinked, rubbing his eyes. But when he looked again, there she was. A woman. Pale skin. Black hair falling around her face. Her eyes, black as night. She was just standing there. Staring. Ethan's heart started pounding. He sat up in bed, looking at the mirror in disbelief. But he couldn't look away. And then, her lips moved. He couldn't hear what she said, but he saw them form the words. "Help me." Ethan blinked again. And the woman was gone. But the mirror. It wasn't clear anymore. It was as though the glass had fogged up. He ran to it. Wiped his hand across the surface. Nothing. The mirror was back to normal. Perfectly clean. The next few days, things started to get worse. Ethan'd hear noises at night. Footsteps. Whispers. Every time he looked in the mirror, he'd catch flashes of the woman. Sometimes she was standing behind him. Sometimes, her face would appear just over his shoulder. And then one night, it got worse. Ethan woke up again at 3 a.m. This time, he was sweating. He didn't know why he woke up. He just did. But then he heard it. A soft sound, like breathing. He turned to the mirror. And there she was. The woman, standing in the reflection. This time, she wasn't just standing. She was moving closer. Ethan thought he was going crazy. But the mirror wasn't the same. Ethan's heart raced. She was closer now. The woman's face was inches from his. Her breath warm on his cheek. He couldn't scream. He couldn't move. Her face, twisted into something horrifying. Her eyes. Her eyes were all black. Then she whispered something that froze Ethan in place. "Come with me." But he snapped out of it. He ran for the door. But as soon as he stepped into the hallway, the lights went out. She was closer. Closer than she had ever been. And this time, she wasn't going to leave. Ethan looked back at the mirror one last time. The woman was gone. But his reflection wasn't the same. It was him now. But his eyes. His eyes were black. And he was smiling. Ethan doesn't know how to explain it. But every time he looks in the mirror, he sees her eyes staring back at him. And he wonders, how long will it be before she drags him in? If you enjoyed this terrifying story, make sure to like the video. Subscribe for more true horror stories. And comment below. What would you do if your reflection smiled back at you?